It is currently 4 a.m. and I decided to record the audio for this video. This is an awful idea. I am so tired. I couldn't sleep. It is so hot inside in my bedroom. It's awful. Shut down everything. It's literally just off time jumps. None of it's good. There's one part that's just like straight up double DDs and resets. It's awful. It's horrible. I don't know how I ever thought it was good, but I did. Dude, I can't record audio right now. This is so stupid. What am I doing? Lost Umbrella V1. Honestly, compared to my other old maps, it's kind of a banger. There are like lots of mistakes in it though. A lot of resets, double directionals, and it sometimes feels very copy pasted and bland, but that might just be because I'm so used to like faster songs. To see like a slower song that's like really meant to train you for jumps, it just feels kind of boring. It was weirdly successful on YouTube and Beat Saber, and honestly, if it wasn't for the insane success of that map, and especially it being my second map ever, I probably wouldn't still be mapping today. Mindbreaker, literally just copy and paste. Why was this so popular when it first came out? It was meant to be a Salsa clone. I actually was supposed to collab with Sarit at first. Like, this is back when Sarit was a challenge player, or at least played a lot of challenge and map challenge. Why am I recording the audio at 4 a.m.? This is the stupidest thing I've done. This is going horribly. Okay. I don't hate you. I honestly really like this map. At the time of its release, it was really controversial because I really wanted to be WDG ranked. Mindbreaker was ranked in the server, but they just kept telling me that it's like too bad to be in it, despite Mindbreaker, which I considered honestly still to me just a much worse map. Some of the parts were nerfed in playtesting to the point where like they don't even go with the song anymore, and many parts are off time. It feels like an obvious step up from Mindbreaker, and I think I pulled it off very well for the time, at least, like for my skill level. You are a slave to commercial music. Apparently the entire map is off time according to Devinix. Then again, he told me this like 2 years ago or 1 year ago. I don't know if it's true or not, but that kind of sucks if it is. It seems like the logical step up from I Duck and Hate You. It falls off really hard after the honestly incredibly creative intro. The intro is just like really good, despite me really wanting to focus on making every single map and every single pattern jump related at the time. But there's some questionable patterns. I really don't like the reset based patterns that are in between drops, and there's a lot of upstart vibra, and that is painful. I am slowly collapsing. Oh my god. Judgment Night. Judgment Night exists in a weird limbo between You Are a Slave and AI. It's so boring. I don't know why. This map is painful to play. I hate it. You know a map is bad when the best difficulty is the copy and paste Vibra one. The jumps are awkwardly mapped to the vocals. The slow parts between the bursts of speed feel way too slow, and I honestly don't like the song that much. It's really repetitive and doesn't really add anything new to the table, unlike my past few maps, and I kinda consider it my least creative map, other than like fucking Deadbeats. That one part where it goes, where you have to like dodge to the right, and there's an up note, and then you have to dodge to the left and down note. Here, I'm gonna play it in the video right now. It goes W hard. That one pattern goes W hard. AI. 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 Ooh, AI. What am I doing? Oh, wait, did I skip Deadbeats? Holy fuck, I skipped Deadbeats. Wait, dude, that's my best map. Deadbeats. I'd rather jump off a fucking bridge than be forced to play Deadbeats again. Everything is off time. I guess it's a good starter vibro. I guess it's a good vibro map for starters, but it's literally just lane switches that vaguely go with the music. Strike seems to really enjoy this map though, so take that all with a grain of salt. I consider this my worst map, even worse than Shut Down Everything, because at least Shut Down Everything had some sort of thought put into it. I should use a voice recording software, not OBS. Should be fine. AI. Wait, did I already talk about AI? No, I didn't. Ooh, AI. Ooh, AI. AI was my first big project, and honestly, it doesn't really reflect in the quality. It was considered a Flying Mallet ripoff, despite being in the works just a long time before Water made his map. I really like the main burst pattern, it's fucking genius, but the rest kinda sucks. It turns out when you map to the vocals, everything feels kinda boring and slow. I couldn't play Beat Saber for a whole month because I was playtesting the bursts in the song too often. And I still can't beat the map. It's painful. Ultimate Rage. Holy shit, in my notes crazy on Ultimate Rage. Dude, I really don't like the map. It's really bad. The Vibro version had some potential. You know, I'm just gonna show a picture of the fucking Okay, for Ultimate Rage, I was trying to check out the ranked score saver process and see if I could learn anything from it and just like learn how to make maps in that kind of style. I don't think I really learned much because I ended up making the greatest freakout ever just a few maps later. So maybe I could have learned a little more, but it was a cool learning experience nonetheless, even if the map that I ended up making was complete horseshit. Omnis. Strike note, I promote drugs. What are these notes? Alright, for Omnis, the ending is kind of dummy hard. It has the same weirdly mapped to the vocals issues as AI. And also, I used the Rubik's Cube pattern at the start. I didn't even notice. I'm not gonna mention that. I'm not gonna mention the video. That has nothing to do with anything. It's a cool thing, but I don't care. Ending is very copy and pasted, but that's fine because it's a rather short song. It's basically just AI v2 and is greatly overshadowed. It's basically just AI v2 and it's greatly overshadowed by every other map I've made. Also, apparently I didn't playtest this map at all, and I made the entire thing in a Zoom call for cross country because I just turned off my camera and they didn't know I wasn't on the treadmill. Yo, COVID era was crazy. Alright, Dread. I actually love Dread. I love it so much. I actually really enjoy it. The stuff before the drop is like decent at best. has some funny resets, and just like 2020 DDG mapping jank. That drop though, holy shit, got me acting up. It got stupid inverted triangle spam that's actually kind of fun to pull off. Also, triangles weren't really a pattern that were commonly mapped at the time of making that. Also, triangles weren't really a pattern that were commonly used at the time. So I guess I kind of invented them. The map doesn't really utilize triangles and is kind of just like, we'll call it foreshadowing. We'll call it foreshadowing for how what direction tech would take in the future. The greatest freak out ever. I just wrote bad like 5 times and then said, okay, it's actually not that bad. Bro, my notes are crazy. Lots of vocal mapping jank during the intro, and playing all of my older maps actually made it feel fine. Lots of vocal mapping jank during the intro, and compared to all my other older maps, it actually feels kind of fine. The drop is funky, a lot of vibro. The vibro difficulty is easily cheesable though, and it's still kind of fun. The song goes crazy though. I really like it. Drown. Down. R. Crazy. It's a shitpost. I don't know what else to say. Surprisingly, the only map where my mapping to the vocals actually made sense. Arson's part kinda sucks. And the low NGS thing is kind of a cool gimmick, but it made the vibro in the map practically useless. Also, that one, like, spiral part. Oh my god, that spiral part. Jesus Christ. Lost Umbrella v3. Lost Umbrella v3. It's just Lost Umbrella v2. But with lollips and a funny ending. So it's the same issue with v2 where some parts are off time. But for the most bit, it's totally fine. Actually, funny story. It's inspired by Tyrants' Party People map, where there's like a 5-second section where there are lollips, like there are side-to-side jumps that are lollips, and fuck. It's actually inspired by Tyrants' Pirate People map. Pirate People? What the fuck is Pirate People? Arg, we're gonna steal your lollips. I need sleep. The hole where my head once lived. Cool intro, but the rest actually kinda hurts to play. The intro's mapped to 1/6, so technically all the vibros are off time as well. It's mostly just a shitpost to make people listen to a song I liked at the time. Strike says no. That's his only comment. Is this tooth sharp enough to be called a fang? Oh, yes. It's made to, it's made to quote unquote help me practice for Exit V2. Yeah, that's total bullshit. I looked at the patterns. I was like, hey, I looked at the XV2 patterns and I was like, hey, that'd be cool, and fit like wanted to be dead. Weirdly fun drop, and the lollops slash stack note pattern actually don't feel that bad to play in this map. Although it feels very luck based at times, even when you know how to hit the pattern, just because of hitbox jank. The ending is literally the worst thing known to mankind, though, and it's not even funny. Basically, I like this map, and I don't think anybody else will. It's a stupid pattern that I will never use again, but it's definitely unique. Kneecap. Backpack had fucking kneecap. What? I'm sorry. Kneecap. Fun drop, creative pattern. Fun drop and creative patterns aren't that weren't really used at the time. Fun drop and creative patterns that weren't really used at the time. Honestly, it didn't age well. There are a lot of unintentional resets, and I personally absolutely despise resets and like I personally absolutely despise resets, but I will be rating this map as if they weren't an issue, which they very much are. Mostly because I can easily fix them in a V2, which I have done, and there is a kneecap V2, and it fixes the resets, but I made it a more unique map to say the least. The stuff between the drops is just awful. It's kind of funny. I actually considered this to be my best map for a while, as I really enjoyed the patterns, but it didn't age very well. Neko Mimi. That's how it goes. Neko Mimi. I'm still trying to grind this. It's a very creative pattern. Decent intro, incredibly fun drop, and just boring ending. I can't really say much about a level I haven't beaten yet. I can't really say much about a level I haven't. I can't really say much about a level I can't really beat yet. I can't really say much about a level I haven't really beaten yet. I like this map a lot, and I think it holds up amazingly to this day. I'm excited to see if anybody passes it in the near future, and I think there are many people that are ready. Strike seems to think that Ghost V8 is better, though, so take that with a grain of salt. Close your eyes and it might pass. There's some funky resets in there. There's a weird triangle pattern thingy. It kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, I kept it in intentional. It is an intentional pattern. But it blows. It sucks. It's awful, and I wish I removed it. The bursts are mapped to 1/6, so it's technically off time, but I don't think that's an issue. And everything's mapped to the vocals, so it's kind of boring. Or like kind of weirdly slow. Ergot was honestly meant to just be like a stamina challenge and to see if I could. I don't know. What the fuck was Ergot supposed to be? It was like fucking jumps and stuff. Man, it kind of sucks. Ergot feels really copy and pasted and bland at times. It's just close your eyes and it might pass, but more burst and less map, which honestly isn't really a good thing, seeing as half of the map is just bottom lane vibro holds, and the other half is weird transitions to jumps. The jumps are mapped to 1-4, and the vibros mapped to 1-6. I should have mapped the jumps to like 1-3, or had the jumps be the same speed as the vibro, because it makes there be a, it means that there's like a weird transition time before. It means you have to like weird. It means you have to switch speeds very quickly. When you notice that jumps are. It means you have to switch speeds very quickly when you see the jumps, and that's really uncomfortable at times. But it's a cool level, I guess. It's nothing really special. Gray dot link. Should I include the stuff where I like sing at the beginning of every song? God, I'm probably gonna look so stupid if I keep that in. I'm so tired. It's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. I've been recording fucking audio for the past 30 minutes. Gray.link. I honestly really like the stuff between the drops. I honestly really like the stuff in this map before the drop. The intro is really fun to play despite it being mapped to the vocals. I can't believe I'm saying this because this entire video, that's all I've been doing is been complaining about how it's mapped to the vocals, but I think I pulled it off in this map. That being said, the drop is kind of underwhelming, where there's just one hold and a quick transition to streams. I think at the time the community in general was really obsessed with burst streams and stuff like that. This is my take on them, and it feels underwhelming. Also, some stuff is off time, but that's kind of just a given at this point in time with my maps. Awakening, holy shit. Okay, Awakening's... Oh my god. I wrote an essay in Awakening's description. This is crazy. I need to read through this. Oh, this is back when I was into Future Core and Future Bass. This... Oh my god. Oh, now I feel sad. This was made in a very hard time in my life. I had recently switched schools and I was struggling grade-wise. I didn't really feel like I fit in. This is getting cut out of the video, by the way. I don't feel comfortable sharing this with people. Especially not people that I know in real life. This map was made in a very hard time in my life, actually. I had just switched schools. I was struggling grade-wise. I felt like I wasn't ready for my old school, and I didn't know anybody. This is actually I made this map actually in a really hard time of my life. I just switched schools. I was struggling grade-wise. I didn't really know anybody at my new school. I remember I'd come to school every day just like thinking of new patterns, like, oh my god, for this part I can put this pattern here, and it makes me very happy to think about it. The map wasn't received very well, at least at the time. I recently remade it without the lollips, and it got a lot more attention, and I'm very happy because honestly this map is one of my best. For a map this old, it aged very well, and I think it creatively uses the quite simple polyrhythm pattern that I established at the beginning to make multiple cool patterns. It's just a cool level. I like it. I don't know what to say. All right, Steal This Sound by Sedzilla. Better for your TikTok. Okay. This map was meant to be a collab with Arson. He ditched last minute, and I just lost all motivation I had with the map. And you can tell it goes from like, this could easily be one of the best maps I've made so far, to, oh my god, this is actual garbage. This is worse than this is worse than Ultimate Rage. There's like a weird slow jump pattern that I just really don't like. Slow jumps shouldn't be used as a default thing to put in between drops. That's never a good idea, especially when it doesn't go with the song that well. Think Alone. Hey, I have notes for this one. Think Alone. Incredibly fun intro and drop. The rest of the map kinda sucks though. Also, why did I place a duck wall? I hate duck walls. -5 points. I don't care. Map's dog shit. On another note, the ending is actually absolute dog shit. There's just a bunch of off-time stuff and just blocks that don't go with the music when it really should be the like techiest part of the whole song. The ending was made in the middle of my English class because I was bored during COVID, and you can tell. I'm the but still my name, but you got me feel that origami. Yeah, that map exists. It's not particularly good. It's a map, yeah. It certainly is. Mapped to the vocals, but I feel like it's actually decently mapped to the vocals. It's a slow song. It feels more like something you'd find in a ranked list. It's something I whipped up in 5 minutes. Truth be told, it is. I made it in less than an hour because I was bored. I copy and pasted a few patterns. I noticed that it went well with the song, and I went with it. It was my first real experimentation with the more techie patterns in a slower environment. Think Alone was also kind of tech, but kind of not. But this is just focusing more on the tech side, and as we go on, you're gonna see more and more tech maps pop up. And as a tech player, I am biased to like those more. So it's pretty decent. Nothing really special here. Zero Gravity. Woo! Unnerfed. No, unnerfed and nerfed. I'm judging them both as one. Because they're the same thing, except nerfed is kind of better. Unnerfed has more copy paste. Okay, no, concentrate. Okay, I got this. Stay awake. Not insane, I'm just trying to focus. Zero Gravity. My first experimentation with the window slider tech. I think I pulled it off really well. There was a lot of cool window patterns in between the vibro bits, and I honestly really enjoy them. I wish I mapped more of the song, though. There are ginormous gaps of just emptiness between the two drops, And for for a project that I spent so much time on, I am kind of disappointed with how lazy it seems at times. The ending is incredibly creative, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. It with how many with how many with how many variations the ending has gone through, I'm really satisfied with the one that I ended up choosing. The techie Windows streams feel quite natural, although I know that a lot of people seem to struggle on those. My best advice for people that are trying to beat this map and are struggling on the window streams are to just ignore the windows. Hit it as a normal stream and just swing slightly harder on the note that's a window. It makes the switch to it going up slightly easier. But yeah, it's a good map. Theranodi for my enemies. I don't think I've ever called this name by its correct name. I don't even think the map title is correct. Theranodi. What is that? I don't know. It's probably like a war cry or something, dude. These songs are so edgy that I used to map. I really liked the song at the time. I really liked QZ map, Pictured as Perfect. I was enjoying Rubik's Cube patterns. They had recently become super popular, and I wanted my own take at it, and it kind of sucks. It's a very gimmicky map, and I don't really think it brings a lot to the table. It was a cool experimentation for how I say that so often, but I was really testing out how Rubik's Cube patterns are made and how they feel in game, and I think that it did help me with some future maps. Kneecap V2. Kneecap V2, I actually fixed the resets in the double directionals that were in the original Kneecap. And I made the stuff between the drops slightly better. They still kind of suck, but they're slightly better. But I instead decided to include the weird lollop stack note window pattern featured in Is This Tooth Sharp Enough to Be Called a Fang? I honestly just wish that V2 was the original without the resets. I honestly wish that Kneecap V2 was just the original but without the resets. I for some reason thought that the pattern at the drop. Oh, I already mentioned that. Strike doesn't like the map either, by the way. Okay, next map. Signal. Alright, signal. Insanely good intro. I I will never be able to replicate an intro this good. This it feels so natural. This map is incredible. I'm really proud of how it turned out. There's a lot of copy and paste. In fact, the entire song repeats after a certain point, and I wish I had done something different with it, except for the intro. I don't care how many times I copy and paste the intro. It is so good. It feels natural to play. And even when I was posting like just videos of the work in progress map, I could see people were really excited to play just the intro. It's I cannot get over how incredible of an intro it is. It really falls off after that though. I think it decently. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. It has the window stream pattern featured in Zero Gravity. And it basically is just the same thing. I mean, no shit. All right, Ember. Ember, amazing song. The map, it's pretty good, but the song is incredible. I think that this is where I peaked with my like focus on bursts and jumps. It really doesn't get better than this map for bursts and jumps. This I can I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it still decently holds up for today. Although there's some patterns that I would change, specifically the ending and perhaps the intro. I really like the bursts and I'm happy with it. I really am. Taco Bell V2. It's boring. Or sorry, Taco Bell V1. It's boring. I don't like it. It's not necessarily a bad map. It's just a boring, repetitive map that's like 90% copy paste. I I mean, I like the song. The song feels very copy pasted. So I feel like I have to map in a style that doesn't really have a lot of creativity, and it's insane that I managed to make 3 different versions of this song, and you can see that I get more and more bored as time goes on throughout these maps. In V3, I got so sick of the song. I didn't want to see it. I made one pattern, I copy and pasted it 20 times. It's completely unplayable. I'm not even gonna rank it. Taco Bell V2, on the other hand, it's good. It's the best one, and it actually feels really fun to play. It includes the Rubik's Cube patterns that I was learning how to play with back in Thernody for my enemies. That's not how you pronounce that name, by the way. It feels really natural to play. There's some weird pawns that I'd get rid of to say that I prefer weren't in there, but it's fine. It flows really nice, and it's one of my few maps that are actually ranked. Kiss Me Phantom. Honestly, it's just a solid map. There's not really much to say about it. The patterns before the drop are mostly copy and pasted, but it's a good pattern that I copy and pasted that goes well with the song. So I really don't see it as an issue. The drop, I really like one-handed jump vibro speed bursts. Those are really fun to pull off. It's not too difficult and it feels pretty natural, but it's still really tiring. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. There's a weird stream bit before the first burst in the drop that honestly I think I'd remove if I was making the map today. It feels kind of weird, but it works with the song, so it's not a huge issue. Neko Mimi V3. It's Neko Mimi, but without any of the Neko Mimi, and it's just polyrhythm, but it's like painful polyrhythm. That like kind of sucks. I don't like it that much, but I know that other people do like it, and it's the only Neko Mimi map that has been passed. Unless I lied. I did not lie. It is the only Neko Mimi map that has been passed. That has been passed. Lost on My Own. I really like this map. It's not okay. It's not an amazing map. Let me be honest. It's just a good dance map. It's slow. It's probably the only slow song that I'm gonna put anywhere near the. It's probably the only slow song I'm gonna put anywhere near the top of my list. It's good Paul practice. It was when I first was discovering Pauls. I couldn't really hit them consistently before this, and I made this map to practice Pauls, and it just turned out really well. I really like the song, and I honestly want to remap it, but with harder patterns, just so I can hear the song more often. It's not even that the original map is bad, it's just that I want more of it. I had to cut the map short because there's a funky pattern that I or there's a funky like sound in the song that I don't know how to map properly, and I honestly don't really regret that. I think it still works really well, and I don't think it would have worked as well if I had tried to brute force mapping that's Lost Umbrella V4. How much more do we have? I've been recording for like an hour. I have until Wednesday to upload this. Oh, there's so much editing I have to do. Lost Umbrella V4. It's triangles. Okay, no, I need to do better than that. Lost Umbrella V4. It was my first take at full on focusing on tech. I had been playing a lot of triangle maps at the time. Triangles were becoming really popular. It still has a lot of the jank that V3 and V2 had. And if I ever make a V5, I plan on fixing that first thing. There's some stuff that's just off time. I didn't even listen to the song when I was mapping V4. I just placed the blocks where blocks were placed before. It wasn't meant to be a super serious map that blew up, but it did. Of course it blew up. It's a Lost Umbrella map. V5 coming soon, I promise. And it's honestly a creative pattern. I like it. I enjoy playing it. It's not that creative of a pattern, but it's blocks, man. But it's fun to hit. And that's the most important part of everything. It doesn't matter how creative the pattern is, as long as it's fun to play, who cares? Except for B, because I'm making a tier list right now. Objectively criticizing every map, but we don't talk about that. I'm so tired. Okay. Hydrogen by Ravine. This map was meant to just replicate Lost on my own, but with another amazing song. And it's good. I like it. It's fine. I pulled it off well. Again, the bomb resets are fun in the bomb reset difficulty, and the other one's fine. It's not necessarily anything special, but it does its job pretty well. It's not meant to be a super hard map, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not every single map needs to blow your socks off with its difficulty. It's incredibly fun to try to go for a high accuracy score on it, at least in my opinion. I'm not really a fair critic. And the best thing that came from this map is Arson mapping it into a spiral map. Honestly, I am in shock that my first idea wasn't to make it vibro. After seeing how well it worked with Arson's map, I cannot unsee the patterns that he put in because they work so much better than mine. They are inspired by mine, but they do it better than mine. I'm kind of jealous, but it's really good, and I'm happy that somebody was able to take my map and make it into something even more special. And then even more people mapped it because this song goes so hard, and I found it and I showed it to the community. The author actually deleted this song from his page. He didn't want to talk about it. He hated the song, and then seeing the author seeing that it was blowing up on YouTube and on Beat Saber, he actually re-uploaded it, and I found that really cool. Next map. Woo! Oh, never mind. This map's kind of sucks. Okay, I can show you how your nightmares end by Coast GXD. Yeah, it's certainly a map. It's fine. I mean, it's not really a serious map. I copy and pasted bursts throughout the entire map, and then I placed just funny patterns in between. There weren't anything really serious. There's a lot of empty space between the bursts, and that's not really my fault. The song is just very empty at times, with having ginormous just periods of pure silence between drops. It's boring, but I think it's fine. Fake love. It's boring. It's copy and pasted speed vibro practice. I kind of liked the song at the time, and I wanted to make a speed vibro practice. No, not really, but I made it. People played it for some reason. I didn't feel like mapping the song properly, so I just uploaded that. it's lazy. I hate it. Just put it in the same tier as Dead Beats. Dead Beats is still worse somehow, though, even though it's literally just a copy and pasted pattern. Let's all be friends together. This project took so long. I worked on it during lunch periods at school, and I had a lot of fun working on it. I was just trying to come up with the most absurd pattern, trying to make it as hard as humanly possible. And then somebody actually beat it. Bitesy actually managed to pass it, which is insane. Huge shout out. Yeah, it's a funky map. There's some points where I didn't know how to map to the song. Oh, there's some points where I just like didn't know. There was so much sound going on in the background that I didn't know where to place the blocks and when to place them. So I just put bursts. In the actual map, it turned out fine, but it's kind of sad. I think I could have done so much more with the map, and I wanted to make a V2, but just never got around doing it. I still think I might make a V2 of this map because it's really fun. The bursts are a little too fast for me, and I do plan on passing this in the future. If I can, after possibly nerfing the bursts. Cannot hit like 700 BPM jump vibro. City 123 V2. Actually, I like this map a lot more than City 123 V1. It's good. Good starter tech. It's a good introduction to tech. There's a lot of strict angles, but there's a lot of time between each note that lets you fully make your move, your motion. It's a cool map. I enjoy it personally. I don't think it's okay. It might not be 2 whole tiers above City 123 V1, but it's I cut that out. Cut that out. I have decided to abandon elegance and pursue havoc. Copy and paste vibro made for. Copy and paste vibro made in like 5 minutes. Because, well, I felt like making a vibro map. See, that's basically it. I like the song though. I like the song though. Buttercup. Buttercup is an absolute disgrace. I murdered this map. It is horrible. I don't like it. It is not a good map. It's vibro, but the vibro feels weirdly off. and I tried to make it lane switch at random times and tried to make just straight holds. It's very copy and pasted and lazy. I don't like it. What the dog doing? I don't like this map. I don't like it. It's popular. I don't like it. I don't care if it's popular. I don't care what people think. Sure, it's a creative, cool map. It's fucking boring in game, though. Not boring in game. It's very stressful in game. There's a lot going on. But it feels very floaty. I don't like it. Honestly, I made it just because it looks... I only uploaded it because it looks cool in the mapper. As a concept, it looked cool. Actually playing it, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I hate the nerf and the unnerf. I like the nerf a little more, to be fair. The nerf is actually pretty fun. But I don't like the unnerfed. And actually looking at somebody pull it off and actually beat it, it looks really fun. It looks cool to play. But it's not actually a funny game, in my opinion. This is going to be very controversial. God, people are going to hate me for this. This is my most popular map. I was going to join a Population 1 tournament. It's a VR Fortnite, basically. And just one of the hosts, or like one of the tournament owner guys, people, they hit me up in DMs. They're like, yo, are you the guy that made What the Dog Doing by Dashi? It's like, holy shit, yes, that's me. Yo, I got a fan. And he hit me with the, oh, I couldn't hit it at all skull emoji. It's like, man, it's fine. So yeah, it's a cool song. I really like how I made the song popular in the community. That is insane. That also happened with the hydrogen. Yeah, I really like the song, and I'm really happy that people started to map it and listen to it. It's insane. If only people would do that for Lost on My Own. Cough, cough, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That sounds weird. Please cut that out. Jesus. Alright, Squid by Bugs. Or Bugs by Squid. No, it's Squid by Bugs. It's bad. I don't like it. It's lazy. And there's a lot of parts that aren't mapped that probably should be mapped. It's very lazily mapped to the vocals because I just wanted to map to the vocals again. I've been mapping to non-vocals for quite a long time at this point. It's not since like City 123. I last mapped to the vocals. It's pretty surprising. Or I guess Buttercup, but that doesn't count as a map. That map doesn't exist. The angles feel kind of cool, actually. It feels pretty fun to play, but when you actually listen to it, the map doesn't really go well with the song, and it's pretty lazily put together. The song has a lot more potential, and I wish I did it better. Unfinished Song by Bitwhale and Rory404. Am I even allowed to have this song uploaded on Beat Saber? I don't know. I feel kind of bad. He told me to take it down from SoundCloud. But also, Bitwhale quit making music, so it's probably fine. Anyways, the song is pretty lazy, bursts. I just liked a song I heard and mapped it. It's not really anything cool to talk about there. Jade by 4CF, dude. Shit. Okay, I was obsessed with this song for a while. I would listen to it every day on vacation. It gives me a lot of good memories, actually. And I was finally like, you know what? Fuck it. I got out my laptop. I got out my mouse. With my awful little setup on vacation. I made this map every single day before bed. I'd work on this map for like 2 to 3 hours. And I think it's really fun. It's mapped to the vocals, actually, which is pretty surprising because that was the style I mostly stopped doing. But I think it works really well with this map. And hey, it's pretty good. The bursts are pretty lazy. The bursts, yeah, they're pretty lazy. I could have done more with them. I wanted to do more with them originally, but I got so sick of, like, sitting there just staring, trying to think of what to do with the map, and I was like, fuck it, just 600 BPM bursts. No reason. I've been mapping the whole song to the vocals up until that point, but whatever. It goes well. So I'm not complaining too much. Is this tooth sharp enough to be called a Fang V3? I don't know what to say. It's certainly a map. Dude, I can't see anything cool about this. It's just fucking Fang V1 V2, but no lollips and kind of funnier. Kind of worse. By trying to remove the resets and double directionals, I feel like I kind of somewhat ruined the charm of the map. And I don't like it anymore. Which is such a weird thing to say about removing a reset. Resets, in my mind, are like always mistakes that need to be fixed, unless they're intentional and are meant to be used for specific patterns. They are mistakes, and I must get rid of them. But getting rid of them in this specific scenario made the map lose its charm. I like V2 more than V3. Twin Glock baddies. It's supposed to be baddie, but that's a typo. Oh god. This map is so good. Okay, my part. Let me talk about my part, because that's the part that I did, because it's my part. Yeah. It's pretty good. It starts off really strong with the insanely satisfying to hit vibro hold. And the tech is on. I really like the tech in between the holds, but the vibro near the end just kind of comes out of nowhere. Kind of sucks. It's not that bad. The real star of the show is Viginator's part, and Viginator's part makes it just an S tier map. Incredibly creative pattern. Just never really seen before, and we've been trying to like replicate that style with our maps ever since. Crake Addiction. This is my Discord PFP. The girl from Crake Addiction, yeah, that's my profile picture. I am Crake Addiction. I am literally Crake Addiction. No kidsy, widsy. I've written down the lyrics to Crake Addiction, every single bop and ba. Hey, this map is an obsession. I really enjoy it. Backhand jump tech is not something anybody wants to play for some reason, though. For some strange reason, it seems like people don't like backhand jump tech. Who would have thought, really? That's shocking to me. Honestly, it's kind of disgusting. This map goes hard though, and I don't care if people don't like it. I will say that the unnerfed feels a little more floaty and uncomfortable than the nerfed. But that's not really a huge deal. Either way, the map goes hard. Despite it being a ginormous collab where everybody ditched but me, and I just fucking put in their hours grinding at this map night and day. That makes me sound like a fucking dude, I sound like a YouTuber motivational speech. Oh my god. Like one of those cringy. Dude, I'm not even gonna explain it. It's 5 a.m. I've been recording audio for the past 2 hours. I need to edit this all down now. Fuck. I really wanted Craig Addiction to be my last map because it felt so satisfying to finally put out. I felt like I truly had peaked and I had no idea that I could still make maps that were good after this. It was such like a fucking... It was a grind to put this map out. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. I will say, I wish the end, or like the second half, wasn't just a copy and pasted first half. If there was something I could do differently, that's what I'd do. This is an amazing map, but it does copy and paste at a certain point. And I don't like that. I don't like copy and pasting. Even if it's like slightly moving some notes around to make it feel different or not as easily recognizable, it feels wrong to copy and paste on a project that I've worked so hard on. Anyways, Hard-Headed. Holy shit, Hard-Headed. This map is fucking amazing. I love this map. I did amazing with it. Some of my best maps are me trying to recreate the Hard-Headed style. It's a fucking mapping style now. Okay. I go, hey, how are you? When somebody asks me, hey, how do you plan on mapping this song or whatever? That's not something anybody ever asks me, but if they did, I'd be like, oh, Twin Glock Baddie style or Hard-Headed style. That's such a robot NPC response. That's such an NPC thing to say. What the fuck? I'm so tired. It's 5 a.m. I can't sleep. Next map. Okay, no, actually, I'm going to talk about Hard-Headed a little more. There's one fatal flaw with Hard-Headed that's stopping it from being just SS tier. Is its ending. It's just, I switch from hand to hand with absolutely no sync to the music. Fucking willy-nilly. It's awful. I really threw it at the end, in my opinion. I wish I had just mapped the ending like I mapped everything else. I was getting frustrated with the map because I couldn't copy and paste. The entire song is just parts. It's repeating parts from before, but like slightly changed. Slightly changed in a way that just made me go absolutely insane while mapping it. It was painful. It really was painful to map this song. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. And without this map, there would be no Hard-Headed style that would lead to maps like Garden or doing too much. Yo, who keeps pinging me on Discord? Okay. Yeah, yeah, okay. Anyways. Theme song. This map's a shitpost. It doesn't really go with the song. The map. It's off time. I don't think I had the right BPM. I kind of just winged it and I made it in like 2 hours in a VC with somebody. And then I also passed it in the same VC after like 3 attempts. It was fun. I really enjoyed making the map. I don't regret making the map. Certainly, I would never delete the map. The song is a remix of me moaning, for God's sake. It's incredible. um Shout out No One to Killer, who mapped the song in Geometry Dash while I was mapping it in Beat Saber. It was really fun. VC. And yeah, it's just a great time. Uh, Specifically the part after the main drop really feels off. It doesn't feel like it goes with the song much at all. Well, honestly, that's fine. It's meant to be a shitpost. It's not meant to be perfect. It's kind of whatever. The fact that's, yeah. Okay, I said that multiple times already. At the end of the day, by least favorite in Blissum. Hey, people really like this map. Shout out Evmer12 and BMM. I don't know why people really like this map. It's really not that good. I made it in 1 hour during COVID because I was sad. I had COVID. I was locked inside. Hey, life kind of sucked at the time, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a funny Beat Saber map, and this is what I came out with. It kind of sucks, but some people like it, which is kind of cool. You know, if you can make somebody's day, then have fun. Garden by Jedwill. This is an S tier song. S tier map. Also an S tier song. I really like the song. I've mapped it 3 times. I mapped it 3 times in a row. If it isn't clear that I like the song, then you must be going insane. It's hard-headed style, very hard-headed inspired, but it's hard-headed but much better, and some more creative patterns. There's not much copy and paste. Most of it's unique. Actually, it's false. I think it copy paste halfway through. There's copy and paste, but it's fine. It's a good map. I really like the ending of the nerfed and unnerfed specifically. Actually, all of them. I don't think I even changed the ending for the buffed. All around, for the nerfed, I nerfed everything except for the ending because it's so fun. I think I did the ending well. I'm proud of how the ending feels in game. It's a little jank. There's the angles are pretty strict, but if you pull it off right, then it feels so nice. I really like it. Unnerfed and nerfed are going S tier. Buffed is like fucking awful. NS23, aka shout out BMM by Uxby. It's a shitpost. It is a shitpost. It's like the first like real shitpost that I've made. It's really like not even supposed to be serious in the slightest. It's Paul based tech, which I never really dabbled in. I don't really use Paul. I didn't really use Paul's that much in my maps in general before this moment, and I think it turned out pretty cool. There are some patterns that in this map that are insanely satisfying to hit, and I have been trying to replicate them in my up and coming map, which I want to show a preview of at the end of this video, so stay tuned. It's gonna be crazy. Doing too much. Only get this view when it's Touch me. Dude, my voice cracked. Are you kidding me? 5 a.m. gaming. Okay. Focus. Doing too much. Honestly, the intro, where it's mostly hard-headed style, this is my part. It's kind of boring. I don't think it's that good. The Biginator's part is really fun. Biginator's part is the weird bursts and insane tech. It's a massive, just absolute jump in skill compared to the rest of the map. It's angular tech bursts, for fuck's sake. Somewhat inspired by Twin Glock Baddie. Absolutely insane. And then it switches to 600 BPM bursts for a few seconds. And then it goes back to the boring pattern at the start. And then it switches. There's a beat switch, okay? And doing too much, there's a beat switch in the middle of the map. And that's where it's all my part. And I love it. I love what I did with the beat switch. It's really fun. But I think Binginator's part, despite it being a massive skill boost, just takes the show. It's just basically it's the focus of the map. Like, if you can get past that part, you can beat the map. And it's a pretty fun pattern to hit as well. Happy Birthday by Jed Will. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're almost to the end. It's 5 a.m. Okay, I absolutely love this song. This hurts me to say, but this map would be so much better if I didn't place the notes randomly. I want to re-upload this map where the notes feel less floaty to hit in between the bursts. Honestly, it has amazing potential, and this map is really fun. I originally intended this map to be entirely tech. This is why the intro and ending are so bullshit compared to the rest of the map. At least from certain perspective. At least it might seem bullshit. It's not too hard, and specifically the ending, the strange switch to Paul Tech might get some people. Just before you play the map, check out the ending. This should go for all maps in general. OM6 1LY5M. Oh my god, I love you so much. That's what that means. OMG, no, I'm just fucking, oh my god, I love you so much. That's what it's called. That's what the map is called. That is what it's called. Actually, I have notes for this one. Strike Note, I fucking love this map, and song is so good. Strike Note, Piss tier 100% because I love OM6 as much as I love Piss. Strike Note, I recommend you guys at home pee in a glass and drink it. I promise it tastes so good. And honestly, the map is kind of fun. This map is like a love letter to all of my previous maps, and feels like a combination of just mapping styles that I've been putting together for years, along with Biginator. Huge shout out to Biginator. This map wouldn't have been possible, and it wouldn't have turned out as honestly kind of fun as it did. This map isn't an S tier, but it's pretty fun considering it's mostly a shitpost. You can really see the mean song inspired bursts, plus the Twin Glock Baddie ending, plus the AI bursts at the end, and awakening polyrhythm. And it all combines just to make this insane map. Oh my god, me and Strick had like a conversation in my notes. Yeah. OM6 is the fuck did I say? OM6 is very much a shitpost. Some things are off time, and while mapping, if I just get sick of mapping a certain pattern, I'd place random blocks, and honestly, I had fun with it. I just did whatever I wanted, and same with Vinginator. If one person didn't want to finish a certain section of a song, or section of the song, because if one person if one person didn't want to finish a certain section of the song because it was annoying to map or whatever reason, just leave it for the other person. And it turned out really fun. This is a fun experience to map. And that's it. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh. It is currently 5:10 a.m. I am pulling an all-nighter editing, putting together this video. I need to have it out in 2 days. I have 3 hours of audio to edit down. I have only ever edited one video before, and that took me an absurdly long amount of time considering it was just a showcase video. This is an actual video with me talking. I need to have background footage. I need to have gameplay. I need to have it showing certain parts of maps that I'm talking about. This is going to be painful. This is going to drive me insane. Making commentary at 5 a.m., this is the most normal part of the process. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. I don't know if I'm ever going to do a project like this again. For some reason, I feel like actually spending time on videos is cringy. That's such a fucking weird word to use. But I feel like if I show this to anybody at my school, I'm going to be looked down on, which is weird because it's a better video than my others, and I feel fine streaming. It's weird, I don't know. Especially, actually, my OM6 showcase video, it hurts to watch. I don't like hearing my own voice. I don't know. It's weird. It's like, no, I should just stop talking. No. I had a series back in the day, back when I was first starting to learn how to play Beat Saber, where I do Beat Saber commentary videos. I thought I was a god at Beat Saber at the time. I thought I was literally the best player of all time. Meanwhile, I wasn't even that good. I wouldn't even consider myself decent. I was fine. I could hit blocks if I really tried to. Nothing really special, but looking back at those videos, it hurt to watch. It's actually just the worst videos I've ever made, and it's kind of funny. Man, I need to stop talking. Dude, it's 5 a.m. Why am I still recording audio? I'm done with it. Okay, bye.